Today I found out I am probably the last remaining employee at my workplace who hasn't had the coronavirus vaccine. And I'm not going to get it. I won't say where I work, but I do work for somewhere that does involve pharmaceutical products. So you can understand why where I work has been prioritised for the vaccine at all ages. Now, there's 50 that work there. Now, 20 on furlough, so I don't know much about them. But the 30 that are there, every single one has had the vaccine. And I found out today, two of the hardcore anti-vaxxers, if you can call them that, have had it. And these two were, and there's quite a few actually, there's probably about 10 at one point who doubted the coronavirus nonsense and they were adamant they wasn't getting it, they've all got it. But these two in particular were very, we're not having it. There's into this 5G new world order, microchip nonsense. I don't buy all that. I don't believe the coronavirus nonsense. I don't believe it, what we're being told. But I'm not into conspiracy theories either. But that's a different subject. But anyway, they were really strong in their beliefs. And now they've had the vaccine. And I looked at them and I thought, that's very contradictory. Why you had the vaccine? And they said, because we want to go on holiday. We want things to be back to normal. We want to go and go out to a restaurant and eat food. We want to go to the cinema. We want to do things like we did before. So they're not taking the vaccine because they're afraid they're going to get coronavirus and die, or they're going to get it and pass it on to someone else. They're taking it purely out of fear. Not fear for the vaccine, not fear for the virus, fear because they won't get things back to normal. Because we've had our liberty taken away from us, and now we've got to buy it back. And we've got to buy it back by having a vaccine that nobody knows nothing about. Nobody knows what's in it. It's not been tested long enough to know what the side effects, what long-term side effects are going to be. But people are having it, taking it. Now, they're kind of laughing in my face. They're kind of saying, because I said I'm not having it. I said, aren't you? I said, you won't go anywhere then. They kind of laugh. They're probably gossiping behind me anyway. I don't like them anyway. I don't care. The vaccine could kill them for all I care. I don't like them anyway. But anyway, they're starting to laugh in my face, and people like me, because they've been brainwashed with this idea that they are going to be free and I'm not. They've also been brainwashed with the idea that it's my responsibility, so it's my fault that they are in lockdown. People like me who haven't obeyed the rules and blah blah. I don't wear masks, I don't social distances. I haven't done it since day one. You know, during the first quarantine in March, I was on the beach getting my tits out in the sun while everyone else was stuck indoors because I didn't believe it all. So I just did what I wanted to do. You know, fortunately we didn't have the fines at that point. It was just more of a warning if the cops saw you. So I was a little bit fortunate. But basically, they're blaming people like me. And we've also been programmed with this idea that people are going to look down on you. If you don't take the vaccine, people will look down on you. The Queen with her speech, oh, it's really patriotic to take the vaccine. If you don't take the vaccine, you know, you got to think about others. It's basically putting the burden on everybody who doesn't take it by making you feel that you're guilty, you're responsible. So people are afraid not to take it because they're afraid of being socially secluded by society, to be looked down on because it's their fault. Grandma's died or whatever, or we're still in lockdown. It's bullying tactics. The hypocrisy about it is these people who are having the vaccine and they're saying, oh, we're doing it because we want to save people's lives. Most of them are smokers. A lot of them are smokers. They don't care about puffing tobacco in people's faces, giving them cancer. They don't care about their fetuses when they have babies, giving them cancer. Some of them probably had abortions. They probably drive cars, polluting the atmosphere. I mean, there's all lots of hypocrisies here that you can look at and think, well, if you're so worried about people's health, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? They're doing it out of fear. That's the only reason why they're doing it. You know, when we had flu viruses before, did people care? Did people cover up their faces? They're doing it because we've been told to do it. We've been threatened to do it. So out of fear, they do it. They do what they're supposed to do, what they're told to do. And they're laughing at people like me because they're thinking, you know, we're going to be free, you're not. But let's put an irony on this. I mean, we don't know what this vaccine's going to do. I mean, there's been cluster of cases all over the world which indicate this vaccine is not that good. Or the vaccines, there's loads of them, obviously. I'm talking as it's one. But I mean, we've just had the AstraZeneca, which has been banned in Austria because someone died apparently after taking it. We've had the nursing home in Norway where I think 30 people died after taking vaccines. South Korea, they've had quite a few deaths from the AstraZeneca. The Australian vaccine apparently was giving people AIDS. They watered it down by saying it was false positives. But how do we know it's false positives? They could have just said that. It could actually be giving people AIDS. Now take this scenario. Take this scenario that the vaccine is giving people a virus that we need medication to survive. I mean, it may not be AIDS, it may be something like it. But if you think about AIDS, for example, we need a vaccine to keep ourselves alive. If you've got it, I haven't got it obviously, but people who've got it have got to have a daily prescription of drugs to keep themselves alive. Now you imagine if they deliberately infect somebody, or billions of people are infected with a virus that they need medication to keep them alive. The pharmaceutical companies have got the biggest drug deal on the planet, in the history of the planet Earth. This biggest drug deal. You've got to take this drug to keep yourself alive. They can make you do anything, because if you don't do it, you're not going to get the drug. They can make you work for free, they can make you go to war for free, they can make you do anything. And you've got to do it, because if you don't do it, they're going to pull the drug away from you and you can die. Or maybe it gives you some sort of addiction, like opioids, or how to pronounce it, or heroin, or whatever, you know. They could be addicting people. And there's evidence to suggest that this vaccine is not going to do us very good. They've only been testing it for what, a year? Think about the thalidomide. You know, I mean, it may not affect us, it may affect our generations to come. It may be something that passes down that we don't know about. Now, there could be an ironic scenario here. People like me, the anti-vaxxers, the people that aren't going to take the vaccine, that are getting laughed on now and looked down on now, and these people saying, yeah, we got the vaccine. It's like a childish, I've got the vaccine, you haven't, I'm going on holiday, you aren't. Let's imagine, let's reverse the situation. Let's say this vaccine does do people harm, or it may give them some sort of heart defect or something. And imagine if these people who've done this to get the vaccine passports are the ones who've been discriminated against because they can't get a job because they've got some sort of health ailment related to the vaccine, or they can't get insurance because the lifespan has been reduced, or they can't go on holiday, or they can go on holiday but they've got to pay extra health insurance. It may well be the anti-vaxxers like me that end up getting rewarded instead of punished because we never had it, because we haven't got the side effects that come with it. You know, take that for a bit of irony. And you know what? I will laugh at every single one, because it's their cowardness, their stupidness that has allowed all this to happen. And I do not care what happens to anyone who takes the vaccine. If they're stupid enough to take it, then fuck them.